Edo man who was kidnapped by Fulani herdsmen reveals who supplies them with guns and information as revealed to him and others by the Fulani herdsmen. So you see, there is a lot of atrocities going on in the nation, and it will interest you to know that there are even security agencies among them. Yes, security agencies among people who are supposed to be protecting lives and property, giving out information, giving out ammunitions and even bullets and the rest to go and adopt people, who they should adopt, how much they should demand, and what is their cost, my dear. It's a very nasty. I mean, it's very interesting, which gives us that position to say, please watch out. Let's get all the details. Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. An Edo man who was kidnapped by Fulani herdsmen reveals who supplies them with guns and information. An Edo man who was kidnapped with his 17-year-old son on March the 8th in Edo State shared a terrifying experience with the Punch. The man, identified as Godwin Obaro, is a 51-year-old electrical engineer, explained that he was driving home from work and arrived at the Oloko bypass in Aho area 10 minutes past 5 in the evening when five armed men emerged from the behind the vehicle and grabbed him and his son. They began beating them immediately as they drove them into the bush. The man said he has never imagined he would be kidnapped because prior to the incident, he took the same road on a regular basis. He said the he said that he brought the armed men were it thought they were armed robbers until they began marching him and his son into the bush. He said they tied their legs and hands. There were 8 of them involved in the operation. He said they had no roof over their heads and no mat to sleep in the bush. They were soaked when it rained, and when the sun came, it dried our clothes. He said the beating increased daily despite the fact that we were not given any form of food or water. He said the kidnappers required and requested for 3 million ransom from his wife and threatened to kill him and his son if the ransom was not paid on time. He said the kidnappers also brought more victims and threatened that even if his wife pays the 3 million ransom for him and his son, they would only release him and keep his son with them. They told him that if they kill his son, he could have another, but he pleaded with them to kill him rather than his 17-year-old son. He said his wife was able to raise the 3 million ransom thanks to the church, family members, neighbors, and friends. His wife also was told to bring 3 loaves of bread, a crate of malt, 1 carton of milk, 2 energy drink, half a crate of 2 different types of soft drink, and a bag of sachet water, in addition to the 3 million being asked of her, which she did to rescue and to get them released. He said the kidnappers communicated in Hausa and Fulani language. They also spoke in a signed language that they used in directing their cows. He said the sticks they beat him and his son with was the same one they used in directing their cows. He said after the ransom was paid, one of the kidnappers boasted and that he couldn't be killed with a gun or a knife. He said the kidnappers also understood English. He said the kidnappers told him it was their people that gave them the guns and bullets, as well as the information they needed on who to kidnap. Did you hear that? And what ransom would be paid, what portion they will get. The kidnappers also said they collaborated with the people who gave them the order and the information, and they shared the money with these people. Looking back at what had happened, Godwin said it is sad, it's really saddening to know that these strangers will be terrorizing people of their own state. And the worst of it is that there are people among his people, even in the state, who are collaborating with them, enhancing and encouraging them to do this very evil. He said he cannot travel to the east. He cannot travel to the north, east, or west, to any other country for that matter, to carry out this evil, but they can carry it freely out in Nigeria. And the government of Nigeria is doing nothing to comb the bypass or get rid of this criminal element. My brother, that is the sad reality. Nigerian government is doing nothing about it to comb that bypass and to get rid of this criminal element. You just saw that that's what they do, and they do it very well. When something happens, you will see them, flexing muscles and saying A, B, C, D, Z, but they will not do the right thing, which is protecting lives and property. This is where our country has been far left behind. We have a government who do not care about our people, and it's not just a propaganda. If they care, can you tell me the area where the government of Nigeria cares? In case you say, why are you always saying they don't care? If they care, is it the health sector? Your president is being treated by some of the best doctors, and some of the best facilities are being used to, examine him and give the right diagnosis, and the best of administration of medications are being administered to him. Do you know that doctors, it was just yesterday they called off the strike. Do you know how many people died in the process? A young woman in the same Edo state, a young woman in Edo state who, 28 years old, by the way, got married early, thank God, and got pregnant. The whole family, her husband, herself, joyful, looking forward, expectant to the delivery. Delivery came, the baby was breached. They called in a specialist to come help, to deliver the baby. They had cesarean section. The operation was fine. The baby was born. Thank God for that. But complications came later. And if it was in the general hospital, at least they will have other forms of specialists to be able to look into the situation. 28-year-old girl, I will call her a girl because she's a young girl, less than 30. I mean, a young woman died who need not to have died, who should have been looking after her baby. Do you know what it means for a baby not to have a mother? Do you know the kind of life that baby will live? God protecting him or her. So you see, Buhari's daughter, by the way, went to Spain recently to have her own daughter, where she will have the best of specialists around her in case there is anything, blood pressure and all that, any form of complication that can medically be resolved, will have the attention of the doctors immediately. Why some other people are dying in Nigeria? Leave us a comment. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.